Carlos and Ryan, and we know that you're dying to hear what we have to say today. I say we hear what we have to say today. It's the blank. Fill it in. Fill it in. Fill it in. Yeah. Oh man, my fucking glasses are all messed up. Ooh. Ooh.
Hey, young world, and happy Halloween.
Happy motherfucking Halloween.
Yeah, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Casper.
And welcome to The Blank with Carlos and Ryan, Halloween Spooktacular, Volume 1.
Volume 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you. On the fly, I made that up.
Can I take this thing off now?
It's up to you. Don't you want people to know who you are?
I'm taking it off.
Okay.
Look like a damn fool.
Jesus. It's Halloween. You're supposed to look like a damn fool.
I'll leave this up. No.
All right. Happy Halloween, folks.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
All right. So as you can tell, Ryan was uncomfortable with his KKK costume, and I don't blame him. You need to get with the times power over that. Yeah, happy Halloween to everybody. For those who may not know, you can tell by the helmet, I am clearly a motherfucking Power Ranger. A GoFundMe Power Ranger, of course.
Holy shit.
Oh, you like it? You can see it if you want.
This is dope.
Play with it.
The hell?
If you press the button on the side, it just makes music and stuff.
Oh wow. Check that out, everybody.
Yeah. It is officially Ranger. So as you can tell, I'm a GoFundMe Power Ranger. So I'm not necessarily a full-fledged Ranger, but we're publicly funded. If you ever want to donate to create Power Rangers, please donate to our GoFundMe page. We don't fight evil necessarily because, well, as you all know, alien monsters don't exist. So we are just fighting the next big thing right now, which is foreigners. So if you are, if you see a foreigner out there and, they need to, to get out the goddamn country, we need to make this country right again, please donate to our page. Because, we're here to support. We don't have too much money now, but as of right now, we are, we actually, I don't want to say too much, but we're actually publicly funded by a very famous soda beverage company that I can't really go into details of who it is, but it is a really big deal. So we're trying our hardest. I'm going to take my helmet off because
Be tough to breathe in it.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Done saving the world.
So the equipment's not that great just yet, but we're getting there. So GoFundMe Rangers, Toronto, let's get it through. But aside from that, happy Halloween, everybody. Welcome to our Halloween episode of The Blank. We're excited for this one. We got some spooky tales, spooky memories, and plans in the near future, I guess. Super plans. So welcome to this week's episode. Ryan, do you want to pick it off with your...
Yeah. I don't know if I was gonna lie and say happy Wednesday, but
we're recording on Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, just due to some circumstances and kind of figure out schedules and stuff like that, we happen to be recording on Wednesday this week. But happy Thursday and happy Friday, everybody. You know how much I love those days. So thank you for joining another week of The Blank. As you can sort of see, we've kind of done a little bit of Halloween decorating. We got like these little cute pumpkins in the background, some candles, and some of this cheap dollar store.
Okay.
decorations for Halloween, but
Alright.
just to kind of add to the spirit of it.
Of course.
Um,
And we just finished our seance, so I mean the demons are with us, obviously, with this episode. So but yeah, welcome along. And you know, this episode's gonna be an interesting one. It's Halloween this weekend.
yeah,
Halloween, motherfucking.
the first Halloween episode for us. That's actually pretty
Yes.
sick.
Yeah. Who knows? This could be our Trios of horror, you know?
Well, I'm hoping so. The
Yeah.
equivalent.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
if
to
anything.
be up there, you know, we want to be on that list eventually, you know, the best Halloween episodes. But yeah, there is no other Treehouse of Horror out there, huh? That's like one of one right now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I think
like,
so.
Yeah, I think in terms of TV, like what competes really?
Nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can. I don't even think there's any like other cartoon out there that they probably have done like a Halloween episode.
It's
Like
and it's
here and
probably
there.
pretty good. But
Yeah.
in terms of like more than 20 plus years of creating Halloween episodes every year, Simpsons got it pat.
They created a classic.
Yes.
You know. So for anybody who hasn't seen the Treehouse of Horror series, you
On
know,
the Simpsons, get
on
your
the
shit
Simpsons,
together.
please get your shit together.
Yeah.
First off, and then second off,
Mhm.
if you have Disney Plus, I think that there's actual like
There's a section.
just a section specifically for them. It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, to get you into the Halloween spirit. Huh?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah,
I
so
like
go
it.
for it. And even if you aren't into The Simpsons, though we question your sanity at that point, there is a horror section on Disney Plus. There's horror on Netflix. Just Halloween's it up this weekend. You know, watch your favorite horror movies. We have recommendations at the end of the episode too, so look forward to that. But starting off with this week's episode, recent news. Dun dun. All right. In not so lighthearted news, the Alec Baldwin situation.
Oh yes.
As many of you might have known by now, Alec Baldwin was shooting a movie, and a loaded gun accidentally went off and had killed, I believe, the director of the film and a photographer of the film. I may have mixed that up, but you know, but
Wait, so
I know
two people died?
no, one person got killed and one was in critical has
Holy
critical
crap,
injury.
man.
Yeah. But I will say, you know, condolences to those families who are affected. You know, hopefully things get rectified in that situation.
Definitely.
In terms of that news, Donald Trump Jr., Mr. Too Soon himself, created a T-shirt that he's selling that says "Guns don't kill people. Alec Baldwin kills people."
What a fucking jerk.
He's
Holy.
listen, I get it. You know, well, I don't get it actually. You know, read the room, dude. It's a even if it's selling T-shirts like that, really, to the benefit of those families who just not a good look, my man. I mean, like your father was the president of the US, and the least you can do is just be more empathetic and have some more class, considering that your father was running the goddamn country. Namesake, come on.
Yeah, that's super ignorant.
Yeah, completely.
Good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. So yeah, there's that.
But to jump off that point really quickly,
yeah.
I was talking to my brother, and he was telling me about some sort of conspiracy theory that's supposed to be revolved around that situation, where I don't know if this is true or not, but whatever like that, this is what he told me. But the wife or the film director lady that happened to lose, her life, rest in peace.
Yeah.
She is the wife of some big shot lawyer that's like in some case currently for something that has to do with like Alec Baldwin or politics or something like that. And they're saying that Alec Baldwin was like the scapegoat of like this conspiracy theory. And he was used to kill the wife of the lawyer that happens to be, I don't know, in important case or something like that. And I don't know exactly what it is, but
Oh, Jesus Christ.
ooh.
Oh, my
But I remember I heard that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh man.
I don't know about that, but yeah. That's odd.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a weird
I don't know. I
one.
tend to bring it up because
But
you're talking about it.
yeah, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure about that conspiracy, but Alec Baldwin, yeah, is a bit. I don't know how to feel right now because I truly don't know who's at fault. But man, if that shit turned out to be true, that'd be wild, insane.
Yeah, if it is some sort of weird conspiracy. But
But
yeah, fuck, man, they really need to like get their shit together in
Mhm.
relation to that kind of stuff because
Yeah.
people shouldn't be dying making art,
right,
you
Makes
know.
no damn
So
sense.
doesn't
Yeah.
make no sense.
No, so, but yeah, so condolences, everyone involved. Toronto students are asked not to speak during lunchtime at schools. Now, hear me out. Students are not allowed to talk in class. They're supposed to pay attention to teachers during the lessons. Now you're telling me that students are not allowed to speak during literally the only time they are allowed to speak, which is lunch. Fuck all that noise. That's a horrible idea. I get the pandemic was tough on everybody, but like, bro, if I'm not allowed to speak at lunch, send me home. Send me home. Just fucking no need to come back to school. Like, you think I'm just gonna be a robot and just learn everything and not talk to my friends during the breaks and whatnot? Fuck
I don't.
that noise.
Why would they ever try to put that in place? That doesn't make any sense.
No sense whatsoever, sir. No sense whatsoever.
I hope that's like a joke.
Me too, but apparently
like
it's an article that was written. But fuck all that noise.
Like remember, like even just to bring back into Halloween really quickly, like everybody that dresses up and shit like that, and then like during lunchtime, everyone's kind of like just like, oh, this person's dressed up.
Yes, of course.
And it like starts all those conversations and jokes and shit like that. It's like, why would you stop that?
Right.
Like, that's just ridiculous.
That's insane.
It's the stupidest shit
ever
I've heard
ever
all week.
Oh yes, I've heard some pretty dumb shit this week too. So get your shit together, Toronto District School Board. Animals getting vaxxed.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
They're trying to get that shit work done. I didn't know animals could get so affected from it, but yeah, they're trying to get get it lined up so animals can get their vaccinations.
I remember in the beginning of the pandemic how people were talking about getting like dogs vaccinated, or like how dogs or cats can like, I don't know the actual stat for that, whether they can or not. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's super weird, man. Like, I guess.
I don't know. What if there's like an anti-vax movement with the animals, right? They raise an animal kingdom of anti-vaxxers. The gorilla just it's the gorilla with the Chris Guy t-shirt the next week. It's just like, oh shit, here we go again.
What if like it actually manipulates the DNA of these animals?
Here we fucking go. All right. And we'll be right back with InfoWars with Ryan. Oh shit.
You shouldn't have zoos anyway, man. Fuck zoos.
We should. Why?
I don't know. It's just a weird concept. I guess to save them. But like to put them on display and shit, like that's kind of
messed up.
Like there was like human zoos like way back when.
Yeah, they call it Queen Street. You walk across the retail markets, and then you just see the people behind the working and shit. Yeah, that's a human zoo right there.
But it's, yeah, man.
Yeah,
like that's real fucked up.
Hey, that's the world we live in, pal. We need entertainment anyway, anyhow. The animals are being fed.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like it's slave labor, I assume. I don't know what goes behind the scenes, but we don't know.
That is true.
But they seem okay,
I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
Well, they're getting the vaccine, so for free. Well,
yeah,
in a sense,
maybe
not for free.
Yeah, they don't need their fucking health card to get the goddamn vaccine.
They gotta be in prison though.
Yeah, imprisoned in the. Yeah. Yeah. Capacity limits have gone up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Restaurants, gyms. I haven't even gone back to the gym since the capacity limit. I need to go back to see if anything changed. I don't think there will though. But yeah, you needed your vax card there to get in. But yeah, so it should be full capacity at restaurants, gyms, and bars, I believe. But yeah, who knows? Maybe this weekend you might go to a bar and see some wild shit. I still don't think dancing is allowed though, but which is dumb. But hey, what can you do?
I was at actually the mall yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And it was the first time. Well, it wasn't the first time I had to show my vaccine passport, but I was going to the food court to grab food, and I had to show my vaccine QR code to sit down
At the food court.
at the food court. Interesting.
Yeah.
And like there was definitely people that probably didn't show up, but like there was like a security guard and a lineup and stuff like that. I'm like, what the hell is going on, man? Like
All for
super
a food
weird.
court.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, man. And then you just started out a whole ass episode just to freaking sit down. Let me eat my fucking ass Baskin Robbins at the goddamn food court. But hey, that's the time we live in, sir.
Yeah.
Apparently shit might get be over by March next year. Things may go back to normal. So fingers crossed, who knows? And then we might have a litty summer. You know?
Yeah.
We'll have CNE back. Caravana.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we all know Carlos, loves Caravana.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Sure. And I'm trying to do that, man. I'm trying to have the blank Caravana, host an episode of the blank while we got things winding on us while we're shooting. Just Ryan just sitting there, just like happy Thursday. You got Tings in the back, just like
the video camera. The video camera. Carlos is killing it.
Yeah, man, that'd be nice. And weird news today, but maybe spooky. An emergency landing on the 407 on Woodbine Avenue.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a big plane, but one of those passenger planes that on the 407 just on Woodbine Avenue. Can imagine driving on that, living, day by day, normal day, and then bam, a plane just lands.
Was it on the highway?
It was on the highway, 407. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
That could have been some reckless ass shit, man.
Oh yeah. Landed on top of somebody. How do you even make a claim on that in insurance? I don't even know how to take that call.
A plane landed on my car.
A plane landed on my motherfucking car. Now, where do you rank that in your insurance shit? Huh? All right.
What tier does this fall in?
Yeah, fuckers. All right. Well, that being said, that is recent news.
I thought you were gonna bring up the
the
Cantor shoes.
I don't even know if that's something. I guess we can. You know what? I thought about it. I'm like, it's pretty controversial, so I don't know. Here's the deal. For those who are wondering what the fuck we're talking about, Enes Kanter is a NBA basketball player who does he play for now?
I believe it is Celtics. I believe. But I could be wrong.
Let's confirm it.
Yeah, look that up.
Let's look that up. Anyways, he is a basketball player who had a game recently, and he was wearing were they Nike shoes?
I couldn't even tell, I'll be honest with you.
And
his basketball shoes.
He was definitely wearing basketball shoes. And his Cantor, he is yes, he is playing for the Celtics.
Okay.
All right. So he is the shoes he was wearing. He was basically calling out, he was calling out the founder and the owner of Nike, which is Phil Knight. These shoes he was wearing do say, and I quote, "Hypocrite Nike, made with slave labor, modern day slaves." Now, he is referring to obviously how the shoes are made in China, referring to the slave labor where either children or adults are, making absolutely nothing, making these shoes, working hours that are absolutely insane. And he is calling out Phil Knight to, get his shit together to, make the shoes in a better way. He also called out Michael Jordan and LeBron James as well.
That's crazy.
He said, you know what, let's all go to China. Let's see how your shoes are really made.
and work on the whole labor situation, possibly even bring it to the US to make things a lot more necessary to destroy slave laborers. People have been calling him hypocrites because of his support of Israel versus the whole Palestine situation. His friendship with, what's his name again? He's friends with somebody.
Jacob something or some pro-Israel. Is he like one of those people that think that the Holocaust didn't happen or something like that?
Is that is that a situation?
I don't know. I think
Oh,
it's something
shit.
like that. He's like some sort of Republican writer or something like that.
He is oh shit, I can't even find it now. He is friends with John Bolton.
John Bolton.
John Bolton. It's a picture. There's a picture of him with John Bolton discussing human rights issues in Turkey. John Bolton is a controversial figure himself, and they question, his support, not John's support, but Ennis's support of Israel in regards to the situation with Palestine. John Bolton himself is a Republican. Controversial, quite a bit of controversy surrounding him. He Ennis. I don't know what gives. I don't get it. Now, here's the deal. You have a political view. That's your opinion. Fine, I get it. I mean, I don't even know who to side with here. It's really obviously the slave labor thing is super fucked up. That's never okay. At this, same time, I don't know how this one's gonna end. Homeboy might never play basketball another day in his life again. Shit might actually be done depending on the support he gets.
Yeah.
Who knows? But if they brought labor to North America, wouldn't that make the shoes less expensive or more expensive, or is it less expensive?
It would probably be more expensive.
It would be more. Well, I know the Nike would lose money because labor is going to cost a lot more then.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have to ship it probably so far. But I would think that the amount of money that they're spending on actual labor, if they were to bring it to North America, would outweigh the shipping costs. Because from my understanding, they pay these people in China next to nothing to make these shoes. Yeah. But really, the end of the day, we have a capitalism problem.
Yes.
People in North America, including Canada, pretty much all over the world love Jordans, love Nikes, and they love it in themselves. So he's just kind of meeting the demand of what the world wants.
Right.
The way that they're going about it is definitely fucked up. And I would think and say good for you for standing up to an issue aside from the whole you're pro-Israel. I'm not even going to speak on that or anything like that, but good for you. Good for you for calling out something that you truly believe in, kind of thing. So
I mean, you stood up for what you're fighting for. So good luck in the battle, sir.
Yeah.
I know that China is a bit pissed off with his little call out. They actually started banning Celtics games because of this call out. So this is going to be a start of something pretty big. It could be a big deal, but we'll see how this turns out. It's Ennis Cantor versus China right now, so we'll see how that goes. Good luck, Ennis. That is it for recent news this week. On to our regularly scheduled programming. Halloween Spooktacular Volume 1. Halloween, sir. What's the deal?
It's how do you introduce this episode? So the thing about me, and I'm sure that some of you guys know who are listening, I love Halloween. I've always been a huge fan of the holiday or the day in itself. I love it. I love everything about it. All these kind of costume, at least in North America, the way that we happen to grow up in North America. Shout out to South Korea. There's a way that you happen to celebrate it in Korea. I would love to hear the tradition, but in North America, pretty much everyone gets costumes. And then for the children, you usually go door to door. And then people give out free candy to, pretty much anybody who comes and knocks on your door at that point in time.
Or if it's too late, then you get a what the fuck are you doing here? You had your shot, get the fuck up off my property, bitch. And yeah.
But yeah, Halloween is just over the years, I absolutely adore it. I love the whole concept of it. If I ever have kids, they're definitely gonna be trick-or-treating. I definitely love giving out candy. I've done it for the past years. Yeah, like I think me being older now, I definitely don't go trick-or-treating, but every Halloween I would try to go hit my mom's house up, and then so she doesn't have to give out candy. I'll sit there and bump like fucking the Monster Mash in the background, and then I'll like give out candy.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a little bit inside of me. It was like, oh my god, don't say R. Kelly, don't say R. Kelly, don't say R. Kelly. But Monster Mash, I'll take it. That's great.
But the Monster Mash, yeah, I think it was a tradition on mine that I've kind of built for myself. I'll just have like a couple beers or something like that, and then I'll just bump like spooky music, like Thriller and stuff like that in the background. So when kids come up, I just give them candy and they hear like all the cool music and stuff. So. And just growing up with it, man. I know we're definitely going to get into stories and like, why I love it. But yeah, no, I love Halloween. Really? What about you? What is your thoughts on Halloween?
It's okay. I mean, I wore costumes when I was a kid, but like, I just did it because, everybody else just, I didn't really have a infatuation with Halloween. I don't know if this is a surprising fact, but I actually never been trick-or-treating before. Like a day in my life.
That's wild.
Why is that wild?
I don't know. It's weird. I don't. You're not the only person I know. I know a couple other people who have never been trick or treating because their parents just didn't let them, or it just wasn't a thing in their household.
Or it's because y'all motherfuckers worship Satan on that, because obviously when I was younger, I was on that Holy Spirit shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Church on Sundays.
Yeah, motherfucker. Son of a bitch. And now Halloween this Sunday, it is on this Sunday. Miss me with that devil shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I just, as a kid, I just never, I never went trick-or-treating, but I did the whole I took part in celebrations. I've been to a bunch of Halloween parties. They're great. They're fun, the parties, but the holiday itself, I don't know, just a cash grab by the fucking, politicians and all those goddamn companies to really just get your money and just convince you that Halloween is a celebratory day when in fact it's all about Satan and the demonic spirits taking over your soul.
Well, we can tell that me and Carlos definitely disagree on this because I love Halloween. It's just super dope. And were you ever jealous of like kids going to get candy and shit?
No, not really.
I would have felt really left out if I didn't like.
Well, I went to school and they gave out candy there. I wasn't really much of a candy kid, really.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really eat a lot of candy. I had like I'm still to this day like a picky eater, so I don't really eat everything and anything. So yeah.
So what are your favorite things about Halloween?
I guess the costume. Well, I wore costumes as a kid, so I like the costumes they're wearing up, and I was an imaginatory kid. I wore the costumes, had the whole design. What did I go as a kid? I once was as Jabba Fett from Star Wars. Is that his name?
Do you looking at the wrong dude? I don't think I've seen like maybe one episode.
Jesus Christ.
Of Star Wars, and it's a Phantom of the Menace one. I think the dude with the two.
That's like the
dude with the two.
One of the worst ones.
It's the only one I've seen, and I got dragged there. So, well, no, you're asking the wrong dude in relation to Star Wars. But Star Wars costumes are pretty cool.
Yeah, went as Jabba Fett once. I went as a ninja once.
Ninja Carlos.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said. Oh. What else did I go as? I think I might have went as a Power Ranger. I could be wrong. Yeah. Some years I didn't even dress up, to be honest. It's just I don't know. Halloween, yeah, it's on and off, but like, don't get me wrong. Like I if I'm invited to a party, I'll go. I'll dress up if I have to. I don't necessarily want to, but I'll take part in the shindigs and the parties. I watch Halloween episodes when the Halloween season comes. Just recently, I was watching the Brooklyn Nine-Nine Halloween heist episodes, which I would recommend even to you too. You fucking and
I definitely haven't seen anything, but
oh my god, I was watching one Treehouse of Horror episode right before I got. Oh, speaking of what, right before I got here, something spooky. A fucking bird hit my window.
really?
Yeah.
Like you're
Like I was getting ready to leave, like right when I was about to close my door, a fucking pigeon doosh, hits my window. And there's that like a balcony like right there. So I'm like, how is that even possible?
man, and you came straight here?
I know. And then you hear a knock on the door, like,
Mm.
freeze motherfucker on the ground. Like, oh shit, they're on the range. Yeah, bro. I don't know. That's that's spooky, huh? I don't know what to do now.
It's crazy how Halloween's kind of interconnected itself with like spooky events and shit like that. Because like I was actually gonna do a 3 interesting facts about Halloween that some people might not know.
Okay.
But one of the biggest things that people know probably around the world and everyone who's listening, but there's the Day of the Dead celebration in Mexico.
What's his name?
I forget what it's called.
Fuck.
But
I was just watching a movie too, and they were just talking about.
Oh, that's a good movie. The Disney movie.
No. It's
No?
freaking James Bond. One of the James Bond movies. They legit went to the Day of the Dead. It takes place November 2nd. It's also called. Hang on. It is called Dia de Muertes.
Dia de Muerte.
Yeah.
So in this case, the Day of the Dead is celebrated, like you said, November the 2nd, within Mexico, but close enough to Halloween that it kind of interconnects itself. But pretty much one of the interesting things that they do out in Mexico, or what they used to do, at least, I don't know if they do that now, but it was like kind of like a whole celebration for the people that happen to pass away,
Right.
To the point where these guys would even go have like picnics at like graveyards where their family members happen to be buried. So they'd sit there and like drink and party and stuff like that in these graveyards. But like North America has kind of like changed the way that people look at graveyards. And it's like, we don't even want to go near there unless there's like a funeral or something like that, right? So for us, in Canada, like just watching all the shows and stuff like that and how they portray certain graveyards and stuff like that, you'll never catch me in a graveyard at night. But in other parts of the world, like, they love to have it there. It's like a whole fucking party
of the year for some of the people.
Yeah, that kind of stuff to celebrate like the dead. So it's kind of like, it's just interesting how there's certain regions and how they celebrate it. So that was the first one, Day of the Dead. We can probably talk about that for fucking hours, but that was one of them where people actually celebrate it. So really cool. A second one was in Austria.
Yeah.
So you know how and we're probably gonna do a Christmas episode when Christmas happens come up, but you know how
damn right, look into it. Boom.
Check
Save it on the calendar.
But in this case, in Austria, they actually put out bread and water for that night. And I think the reasoning for it is to let the spirits in or something like that, or to like give like a good thing towards the spirits on Halloween. So in Austria, it's like an old school tradition to leave out bread and water, the way that you would kind of leave out cookies and milk for Christmas. I believe that it's just like a good kind of overall thing to allow like good spirits to come into like the house and like be merry and kind of well and shit like that.
Who are they leaving it for? Like a German Santa Claus? Hi, kids. All right.
Oh my God.
Leaves the bread and water. All right, kids.
Kind of spooky. But it is pretty cool.
like, who's eating it? Who's eating
I don't know. I guess it's for the spirits, man.
What spirits? It definitely ain't the Holy Spirit. Freaking Satan.
Yeah, Lord, make it all right.
Yeah, man, legit. Bump out the Donda. And yes, so 2, was that the second one?
Yeah, there's the second one. And then the third one was, I believe it is in the UK, where pumpkins they've only been over there recently, it's hard to find pumpkins in the UK.
There's a shortage of pumpkins, or just
I don't think they're just not grown there. Like they just don't have the climate for it or something like that.
That sucks.
So to take part in like, jack-o'-lanterns, the way that North America happens to, because we love fucking pumpkins here. There's fucking pumpkin farms where people go pay money to go to and shit like that. But One of the cool things is that over there they actually use like any sort of root vegetable to make fucking jack-o'-lanterns. So if you go there, you can find like squash, jack-o'-lanterns, not squash, but like roots, like beets and all that kind of shit where they carve into it and then put candles inside of it.
Damn.
So you'll have these little small, like almost like ornaments of like jack-o'-lanterns, which is pretty cool out there because they don't have pumpkins. So
Damn.
another way to celebrate it in another region in the world.
Let's start a GoFundMe to get pumpkins over there to let them celebrate it. All right. Get
Or something
pumpkins
like
to the UK.
It's something like
Done no, man. Done no. Yo, this is your boy. We need more pumpkins out here, yeah? We need more pumpkins, man.
maybe
We're short
they
on
have them, like
pumpkins.
now, but I don't know. It was something like an old tradition or something like that. But
Fuck, dude. That's crazy.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow.
So just to kind of look at, other ways to celebrate it. That's how they kind of do it.
Okay. I have a few facts of my own.
Please.
We'll
please.
start off with one. Did you know that in Canada, weapon-related crimes raise 50% every year on Halloween?
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
That is odd, huh? That's interesting. Weapon-related.
Do you think that these guys take the opportunity, well, guys and girls and anybody else who's fucking doing some violent ass weird shit on Halloween?
We here do not discriminate here on on the blank. We feel that any person of any gender is more than capable of committing a crime. Just for the record. Anyways, go ahead.
But do you think that they take the opportunity to like conceal like a prop, what is supposed to be thought as a prop weapon to like?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it past. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. It's strange, but hey, man, people need to make dough. Times are hard. So just know that, if you're trying to run up on me on Halloween, just know I got that thing too. Yeah. So you ain't trying to, you don't want no smoke with me, know what I'm saying? I want all the smoke this Halloween. Know what I'm saying? So don't mess with me, bro. Don't mess with me.
You gotta explain what it is.
This here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Dragon Dagger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, held by the Green Ranger himself, capable of calling the Dragon Zord. So, if this dagger won't do it, then I got my homie in the back, one call away, one play.
Tell me just the first name, or feel free to use the screen.
My phone is that was spooky.
That was spooky as hell.
That was spooky as hell.
That's like some real spooky shit.
Yeah, my phone just went off like crazy, saying some speaking in tongues and shit. But yeah. But by the way, again, I'm about that violence on Halloween. If you about that, I'm about that action, sir. All right. I got that thing. Just saying. But yeah, Halloween 50%, man.
That's a lot of percent.
That's quite a bit.
What are you doing it all?
Yeah, I don't know.
The people that are doing that, what are you doing? Please
come on, let us have fun. Let us have fun. Where am I gonna hold the money on if I'm wearing a leotard with goddamn mask and shit? You know what I'm saying? Bro. Whatever, man. But either or, if you do ever find yourself in trouble, call the GoFundMe Rangers. We'll get rid of them, especially if they're a foreigner. Please let us know. Another, this is a really spooky story. All right. I don't know if it's going to find you spooky, but it is interesting. So there's this girl named Anne. She took place in 1971. She's already been working there for quite some time. So she was in college at the time, and during college she would be working at a suicide hotline. And so she's speaking to people, convincing them not to kill themselves. There's more to life and there's everything. And all this while, there was a serial killer in her town going around killing people. And so she's like freaking out, like, oh, fuck. So then this new dude starts working there and, they fast become friends. And, she's like, oh yeah, this guy is great. Obviously there's no sexual tension between us, but, he's been nothing but nice. He's great with the people. He talks on the phone, has a high rate of, people feeling better after the phone calls at the suicide hotline. And then 2 years later, the guy ends up being arrested for murder. And do you know who this man is? Ted Bundy. Ted fucking Bundy used to work at a suicide hotline.
That's fucking weird,
yeah.
Man. Ted Bundy.
Yeah, man. The famed serial killer killing at least 30 people, could be more. His last victim was 12 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ted Bundy, man.
Ted fucking Bundy, dude. He's a fucking, it's crazy how, because ladies flock to him like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like during the trials, like he actually got engaged with one of the witnesses during the trial.
Oh yeah.
You know, ladies freaking loved him, dude. He was his own lawyer during the trial. He lost, like, yeah, but but still, man.
I'm not trying to defend his actions.
Oh no,
Definitely.
we here do not condone serial killing actions at the blank,
Yeah.
even if it is a Halloween episode. Okay, just to be clear, But yes, that's an interesting story.
That's
I
a
found
crazy
out. That
story.
is wild,
Wow.
huh? You know,
Suicide.
imagine working at at a call center, let alone a suicide hotline, and the person beside you is a serial killer. Imagine a serial killer telling me not to die and whatnot. You have a life, life is much better and shit. Like, motherfucker, you take lives and shit. Why can't I take my own? Yeah, I don't know.
It's like was like Dexter influenced by that dude at all?
I would
Like a little bit.
I mean, Dexter killed bad people, right?
Yeah.
And Ted Bundy killed like helpless women.
Yeah,
which is
true.
Dexter. I don't know. I don't even know.
Superhero.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can see why Dexter would be influenced, as again, both serial killers that kill for pleasure and shit. But yeah, I don't know. I heard, I didn't know this, but did you know that Humber Lakeshore was a insane asylum?
Toronto?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
Yeah, man. It was an insane asylum like a long time ago.
I'm sure there's probably some really fucking spooky shit that happened.
Oh,
there,
dude,
though.
I've been there once. It's a creepy ass place. And although it was an insane asylum, so it had like their crazy people there that but in the padded walls. When I went there to the Lakeshore campus, I saw no difference. There's some creepy ass people there. There's some crazy motherfuckers over there at Lakeshore. They definitely deserve the padded walls, but they got rid of that shit, obviously, to look professional as a school and shit. But no, there's some crazy mofos at Lakeshore campus. I don't get, yeah. It's almost like, I wouldn't say it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's almost like away from
everything.
Yeah, right.
Just kind of an odd location for a school.
So I don't
know. I didn't know that. That's a great fact.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So for anybody who went to that school and didn't know that,
you're fucking crazy and you need help. And Jesus. But yeah, I went to North Campus, so I should be okay. So shout out to all you North Campus seers out there. So there was basically stories about the CNE because it was a battlefield many years ago, where soldiers legit went to war at that site.
Mm-hmm.
And people who work currently at the CNE have said that they've seen ghosts of a woman in a long dress and a big ass hat. And then there's a specific hallway at the CNE where they can hear a girl giggling.
Wow, that's fucking creepy.
Yeah,
holy shit.
But you know what? They go back every year. Because I don't give a fuck if you're a poltergeist or if you're a demonic soul. Times are hard and I need the money. I need the money. So carry on with your day, demonic soul. I need it. Yeah. So does that make you look at Lakeshore campus as CNE?
Well, it's crazy. Yeah, but we've had in Toronto. I think there's a couple of different places. I'm pretty sure that there's even a tour that you can go on to where these tour guides take you to a bunch of different buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I forget. I think it's the Keg. There's a Keg location somewhere downtown Toronto that's in this old kind of creepy building.
Yeah.
That's actually supposed to be haunted.
Really?
And it's a full on just a restaurant. But the restaurant looks like a house, an old Victorian house from the 1920s or 10s or something like that. And it's known to be haunted. I think there's been stories, and someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure there's some stories out there, but people going into the basement cellar where they keep all the wine and stuff like that, and they hear shit and they see shit. So yeah, I think Toronto has quite a bit. I didn't know the C&E one or the Lakeshore campus,
man.
which is pretty cool. So
Yeah, man.
yeah, for those who are interested, definitely go check those out. That's gonna be
Please.
really, really cool to learn about,
Yeah.
Canadian history, especially like shit that you've been to or is literally just down the street from you. Funny enough, me and Carlos growing up in Vaughan, we had this place called Kirby Road.
Kirby Road. Dun, 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 dun.
And for the individuals that didn't happen to go to school with us or live in Vaughan with us,
Sucks to be you, bitch. You missed out. Good times, solid times.
so Kirby
Just saying.
Kirby Road is this side street somewhere in Vaughan. It's like northern Vaughan.
Yeah.
I would say maybe northern Maple if you really wanted to call it. But it was on this like random weird fucking street. But pretty much it's like all these suburbs, and then all of a sudden you hit this little one side street and it's just like open fields and farms. There's probably one house per every like 3 or 4 kilometers or something like that.
Have you actually been on Kirby Road?
Oh yeah, I have.
I haven't. I drove in past it, and I'm not like I was scared to drive on it. It's just every time I drove by it, it was always during the day. But I heard like at night it gets like,
oh yeah. So at night when you're driving there's no street lights or the street lights or stop signs or anything like that. You're literally just flying through this dark fucking road, and there's not light for at least another couple kilometers unless another car is driving down the street from you. So there used to be specifically, and you can actually go YouTube this, there's people that have gone through the Kirby House, I think that's what they call it, or the Kirby Roadhouse.
Is that what that's called?
And there used to be this house
Yeah.
that pretty much was abandoned, and there was this whole kind of background story about it where like the father actually ended up murdering his daughter or something like that.
Oh shit.
And when you went there was actually the gravestone of the daughter, that he buried his daughter outside of the house kind of thing. So you would literally
like on
drive,
the front yard?
yeah, like pretty much. So that you would drive down this road, and then you pull up into like this like really hidden entrance and then drive up, and there's this fucking abandoned house that like people used to go into, and you can watch people take like a GoPro and they walk through the house and kind of shit and see if they can like feel anything or hear anything. Eventually, because it got so popular that people were going like every night, like going to like smoke and drink and stuff like that, where they actually tore down the house. So the city tore down the house.
Oh, okay.
But you couldn't go there anymore, and they try to close it off and stuff like that. So the one creepy thing that I have about that place is that I went after the house was brought down, but we all walked down the kind of main driveway of this Kirby house that's supposed to be haunted, or the whole area is supposed to be haunted, but there's not another house for yet again another 3 or 4 kilometers. Or anything like that. But I remember it was like all kind of patted down. I think like they like took like a lawnmower and kind of cut all the grass around there and try to clean up the area because they didn't want kids coming anymore for any reason. But the weird part about it is there was this, out of like all of the padded grass and all that kind of shit, there was this one huge sunflower that just stood fucking super, super high. And supposedly people say that sunflower was where the grave was of the girl that died.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it was actually super fucking weird. And this is at like 2 a.m.
What the shit?
So we're walking up this driveway, it's me and a bunch of my buddies, and then literally there's like cement everywhere because they broke down the house. They filled the basement with cement, I think, from what I heard. But yeah, like lawnmower this whole area that you think, why would they leave a sunflower there?
What the
But there was just one sunflower in the middle of the night that was like pointing upwards, and it was like fucking 8 feet tall, and supposedly that's where people say she was buried. I don't know if that's true or not, but it spooked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
And we never went back there, but that was just one of those cool kind of times that we had as kids back in Vaughan.
What the fuck?
Stuff like that.
So how does he go about doing that in the front yard? Just like, digging up a grave and then just put the casket down? The neighbors go out. Hey, Bill, good morning. Hey, Tom, what's going on over there? Oh, nothing, just burying my daughter. The same old, same old. All right, are we still good for badminton tomorrow? All right, see you then.
Jeez, Canadians,
right. Yeah, man. Holy shit.
But even just talking about that gives me a little
dude, right? I remember hearing, I don't even know if this was on Kirby Road. I believe it was, but I remember when one of the guys back in high school were telling me a story how they went to Kirby Road at like 2 in the morning, like really late at night. And while they were walking there was this family on that road, and they were just there, just like, hanging out. And there's just a bunch of kids, and one of the balls came, like the one they were playing with a ball, and then one of the
It's
balls,
2 in the morning.
yeah, one of the balls like rolled up to one of the guys.
Hell no.
And she picked it up and she just stared with like this really creepy smile. That's like, and just like staring deep. So then they like they were speeding past, and the girl would not stop staring at the guy as they were leaving.
Yeah.
And then everybody else was staring as well.
That's super,
They just like
super
stopped.
creepy.
They just stopped everything and they just stared at them as they were leaving. That's like
super, super
fucking creepy, dude. Fucking creepy as fuck. I heard one more story about the Hockey Hall of Fame building.
Okay.
They were saying that the workers, like every once in a while when they close the location, they hear noises like screaming, just like ah. But there's one specific noise that really freaks them out because it's something apparently that hasn't been said in like years, so it really creeps them out. It's like fuck, what was this? It was like something like and your new Stanley Cup champions, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah,
I was waiting
fired.
for I was waiting for the kicker. I'm like, wait
Yeah.
a second, is this a kicker?
Yeah,
Because I actually believe that.
yeah. Shout out to the Maple Leafs. But you need to get your shit together. So just saying. Yeah, that's some creepy shit that I know about. What can we discuss next? Favorite movie slashers? Do you even watch slasher movies?
Not really.
Really?
I don't think so. Like, I wouldn't. Like, I think the only reason why I watched the Halloween series because of you and like the rest of our friends. But like, I'm not a huge
No?
slasher horror.
You don't
movie
believe
kind of
in
person.
these killers killing all these innocent people for fun,
Like
and shit?
Freddy and that kind
Freddy,
of stuff.
Jason, Michael Myers.
Yeah, like I was never really. The only reason why I watched it is because other people were watching it.
Okay.
But I was never really big on it myself. What about you? What's your?
I
What's
mean,
your
you have the
favorite one?
Freddy Krueger hat on, sort of. Oh dear. Oh dear.
This
Dude,
is my favorite one.
is that what? I invite you to debate me, but in my opinion, the greatest music video of all time. And
Still scared the shit out of me.
and
hearing
to
it.
this
I
day,
remember
that intro where
Yeah.
he fucking turns into a goddamn wolf
Yeah.
is fucking horrifying. Holy shit. It's nuts. He's just raw, get away, raw.
Yeah, that was still fucking.
A part of me wanted him to just be like, but no, nothing like that.
Rest in peace.
Oh, rest in peace, though. Yeah, the goat right
Shit.
there. Yeah, slasher flicks, dude. You need to get into it, man. Like, it's not like some of them are obviously dumb, but there's some like classic, like the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
I
And
haven't
then
seen it.
no, dude,
Definitely not.
The Johnny Depp is in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, man.
shit.
Like a young Johnny Depp is in
Wow.
that flick. You need to check it out. Friday the 13th. Did you know that's the Jason series? Jason's not even in the original Friday the 13th. That's a fun fact.
Wait.
Jason's not the main
Jason's-
villain in Friday the
Then
13th.
who is it?
It's his mother.
Oh shit!
Yeah, man. And then I believe he doesn't come into the series until the third movie.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I did
so
not know
because basically how it starts is that there's a camp that they were Camp Lake something, I forget. So basically they are at this camp, and Jason was one of the kids at the camp, and he drowned. And so the mother goes back to the camp and they blames the counselors for letting him drown. And so she goes on this killing spree, killing these motherfuckers. And then the spirit of Jason rises up. And then he turns out this little short, scrawny, little deformed face kid turns out to be this fucking 6'8" behemoth motherfucking mammoth looking motherfucker. Turns out to, and for some reason carries a machete and a hockey mask on and starts killing motherfuckers. And he can't die. Like, they're stabbing him like crazy. And you're just like, head cut off. How many points is that in a COD if you cut off a head? I don't know.
At least 30.
Speaking of COD, at least 30. Speaking of COD, I was playing. You know what? I realized I don't play horror video. Have you played a horror video game?
No. Well, I've like
Dabbled
in it.
I have never played like Resident Evil. I can't do
I
it.
definitely dabbled.
Like I
in
love
it.
horror movies, but I can't play like video games.
Why not?
I don't know. Just like it fucking terrifies me. I guess. Just like
you're
me. It's me in
you doing the
control.
action,
And
yeah.
it's me dying, bro. I can't
Yeah.
do that. Like Call of Duty Wars. Not Warzone. Freaking. What's the recent one that came out before
Cold War.
Cold War? They have this thing called Scream Deathmatch. So they pick 2 people in the game and they dress them up as the killer Scream.
Okay.
And you don't have a weapon, and the rest of everybody else don't have no weapons, no nothing. You're a person, and the Scream person has a machete or a knife, and they have to chase you. And it's basically hide and seek.
That's pretty spooky.
It's spooky as
That's
fuck.
pretty
And dude,
spooky.
I was terrified. I only played the one game. I'm just like, shit. And then every time they pass you, it's the music. Dun, dun.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
every
so
time they
good.
run by you. So, or even behind you, like as soon as that music hits, that means they're close by. So then I see them. So I'm hiding under a tank. I'm like, fuck. And then dun dun. Oh shit. And then he sees me and I'm running the opposite way. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm going. But yeah, I can't stay in the same place in that game because it would fucking my heart's racing like crazy. I'm fucking, I'm holding the Bible next to me because I'm like, shit, I don't want to die in this game. So that's why I can't play horror game. Even Prop Hunt at times, dude. That fucking game.
Oh yeah.
Prop Hunt. For all of you Call of Duty players, or if you even don't play Call of Duty, I would recommend Scream Deathmatch and Prop Hunt because those games scary a little for me. That's my opinion, but fun as hilarious.
Yeah.
No,
good on Call of Duty.
Yes,
good on Call of
100%.
Duty for doing the
100%.
Halloween episode.
No, yeah.
like, the Halloween. That's cool.
No, it's a fun match. We should play it though. I think that you and I would have a fun time playing that. It would be good. That'd be good. But yeah, I don't do well with horror video games. Can't
It was
get
tough.
into.
Those games are actually
No,
pretty,
they're
like,
hard,
spooky.
dude. Right? I've seen like Resident Evil video games. Those are like videos on YouTube. Like, what the fuck? Fuck all that shit. Like battling like 10 feet motherfuckers and they pop out of nowhere and miss me with that shit. No way. Is there a horror movie that's your go-to horror movie? Are you into horror movies?
I think like I wasn't really into horror movies growing up. I think that it used to scare the shit out of me. So I wouldn't watch it. I remember the first horror movie I ever really was supposed to go to watch the movie inside the movie theater was Saw.
The first one?
The very first Saw.
Great movie.
And it was like
Great.
after I watched and got older and like realized, okay, I probably should watch this movie. It was a great movie.
Oh yeah.
But I was
Amazing
scared as
twist.
shit to watch those movies. I couldn't watch them whatsoever. And then I remember, and shout out to David True, our homeboy. But we used to sit in his basement when we were back in high school and watch horror movies just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
And Insidious.
Yes, I was there that day.
I was gonna say Insidious has to be one of the greatest horror movies I've ever seen personally.
Great.
Is it considered a horror movie?
Yes.
Like okay.
100%. Yeah.
So like a weird horror movie, definitely if you want to go check one out, and that's probably going to be one of our we're probably gonna have a long list of recommendations today. But Insidious, I'm not a horror fan, but Insidious has to be one of the most scariest horror movies I've ever seen, but it was a great story. So definitely go look that up.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. What about you? What is your go-to?
My go-to horror movie. Man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a big horror fan, movie wise. I love me some horror flicks. Shit, man, I don't know. The Conjuring, the very first one, I was a huge fan of.
Yeah.
I loved it. Just great. It. I saw the first one in theaters.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Oh, that's a perfect topic.
Nope. Don't even talk about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
Nope,
I
not even
believe
talk
we have addressed it, but Ryan has a fear of clowns, and when I believe we mentioned this on the
Stephen King,
yeah,
man. Come on,
well, we
man.
mentioned this in the show before, but we did a book report for English class and we chose Stephen King's It. And we obviously did not finish the book. It is thick as fuck. So we went to somebody's home to watch.
Bigger than a bowl of oatmeal.
Yeah,
that thing,
legit,
man.
man. God damn. What the fuck, Stephen? But we went to somebody's home to watch the TV movie that they made for it at the time. and we watched it, and we put Ryan through it. And I want to be clear how the setting was. We were all in chairs.
It's pretty much like this the whole
Yeah,
time.
we were all in chairs, normal. He was the only one on the floor with legit pillows in front of him, and we're just like, Ryan, are you okay? Ryan, are you okay? You just look at me.
I'm pretty sure half the movie I had my eyes closed
the entire
100%, probably
Yeah.
like 70% of the movie.
Like, yeah, man.
I can't do it.
Why?
I can't do
It's
it.
not a real person.
No, it's just the
Pennywise a clown is a homicidal alien that kills people for fun.
That's what I figured out after the fact.
Yes.
I didn't realize he was like an alien.
Yeah, he's
but
an
good
alien.
on Stephen King for turning it into that. I thought it was literally just a serial killer clown.
No. He bites people and eats them. And
I
just
don't know.
his mouth just
Like it was another huge movie when we were younger and me walking into a Blockbuster. Wayne Gacy. It was like a Gacy horror movie. So do you know who Wayne Gacy is?
John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy. So
the clown
the
killer.
clown killer, where he like hid a bunch of kids in his wall or something like that.
Mm,
So he would go to these parties as a clown,
Yeah.
and then he used to kill little kids, and then he used to hide their bodies inside of like the walls of his house.
yeah.
And I just remember like thinking about those kind of situations when I was younger, and that scared me the most out of everything. Whether it was like ghosts or goblins or fucking monsters or Freddy Krueger or like going to camp and being murdered in camp or something like that. Well, isn't that like
That's a thought that went through your head.
like any of that? I don't know. Like any kind of weird, like being in the forest or something like that at
Yeah,
night. I was okay with
sure,
doing that,
sure.
but then like for some odd reason, clowns just got to me the worst. So I still can't watch it. Like I don't watch it. I can watch any other horror movie and be all right.
Dude, it's actually
But
pretty solid.
I heard it's a good movie. I heard
Yeah, it's a pretty solid
the
flick.
recent one that came out. I heard it's a very good movie.
Part 2 was pretty good, dope too. But yeah, I went to the first one with Idris. Shout out to homie Idris. It was great. And there was one point where nothing scary happened, but there's one dude in the theater, like a full out dude, was just like, ah! And everyone just like me and Idris just look at each other. What the fuck? What the shit? And it was it was actually solid. That's what I'll go to. I should definitely rewatch that movie.
You recommend it?
I would.
You hear that, everybody?
You heard me first.
Check
You
it
heard
out.
it first. In terms of classic flicks that are pretty good. What's the name of that one movie with the chick whose head that turns 360? Shit, that was a really big deal back in the day too.
What movie is that?
Oh fuck, what's the name of the movie? Now it's gonna bother me. Hold on. Scary movie. So it's so
the whole like
did
Did they make fun of that in the,
They
in the
did.
scary movie?
They
movies?
did.
Those movies were actually hilarious. to
Scary
see.
movie. Yeah, that's also
all
on
the
Netflix,
Wayans
by
brothers,
the way.
all the Wayans brothers
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
That shit was funny as hell.
Oh, for sure, man.
That was definitely an old school memory of watching those. And the one where they make fun of 8 Mile.
Oh, scary! That's
Yeah.
Scary Movie 3 or 4, like one of the two. But yeah, that scene.
Yeah,
Dude,
Maybe
I memorized.
right
I read.
my neck is
You know,
red.
I put Miracle Whip on my Wonder Bread. I can't dance. No, dude. Dude. You have to at least watch the original ones.
Yeah.
I don't even know if people would find it funny because we were just kids when we were finding that movie fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But The Exorcist.
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist.
Yeah.
A few The Exorcist, that's a classic movie that was made in 1973. It was released, but if you are a horror fan and you haven't seen The Exorcist, you are not doing yourself any favors. Please check it out. Still one of the scariest movies ever made. Even the freaking story behind it. It was even nominated for best. It was the first horror film to be nominated for Best Picture. Yeah,
Wow,
and
that's crazy.
Oh yeah, man. Let's see. Yeah, like, dude, that movie was fucking, even in its heyday, it was like one of the scariest shits
I can
ever
imagine.
made. Like, it was getting banned from countries. Like, they wouldn't allow freaking the movie to play without a priest blessing the theater before it plays.
Wow.
Dude, it was fucking, even there's even shit how there's like a curse surrounding the cast of that movie. I'm just gonna look it up now. Let's see. So the curse. So yeah, there was like a few deaths from the cast
Holy shit. That's actually
So
spooky.
yeah, some of the cast had to, actually died in real life. So Jack McGoran, I believe, was the director. He actually died before the film was released.
Wow.
Due to the flu. There was a freak fire that happened
Get your vaccine
on the set.
I'm kidding, Jack.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
boy.
Rest in peace, man. You
There was
put out
like
a great movie.
back, the chick that was exercised in the movie, she suffered back injuries. There was fainting and vomiting in the movie theaters.
Oh, wow.
Even the cast suffered some from it and shit.
That's wild.
Yeah, man. Just just a few shit about The Exorcist. But yeah, check it out, man. The Exorcist. Still a freaky movie to this day.
One thing I love about Halloween, and like I think it's like an underrated feeling, but it makes everybody feel like they need to start going to watch like horror movies. And it brings it out, like it brings it out of everybody. It brings like this feeling, and the same way that like Thanksgiving and like, you go spend time with family, you want to go buy presents for Christmas.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, everyone's a little more lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
But in this case, like Halloween's, it's such a great feeling because then it causes like, and it's probably this whole capitalistic shit that's going on, but like, you want to go watch horror movies, you want to watch the Simpsons, you want to buy a cool costume, you want to like hit the cool party, whatever it may be, go have a couple of drinks. Like a night out in Toronto during Halloween is so much fun. And we can definitely attest for that because we've definitely gone out many years.
Hell yeah.
And it's just super fun, especially when it comes to like the movies and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Sorry, I just have to throw that. I love Halloween, man.
Yeah,
it's
clearly,
so
man.
It's super hype, man.
Clearly,
I love it.
Clearly. What's the best Halloween party you think you've been to?
I don't know if there's a best one because I've definitely had a lot of great times. But there is one party that I do want to speak about in particular.
Oh dear.
I was MC Hammer. I had the pants.
The pants.
And I had a purple blazer.
Yeah.
And I think I used tape on the purple blazer and I wrote out Hammer Time on my purple blazer. And I don't remember how much. I think I was like 21 or 22 at the time. It was something like that. But I pretty much went to this Halloween party. And the reason why I want to bring this up is because the girl who actually hosted it, April, rest in peace. She's no longer here anymore.
Oh shit.
Just due to kind of her own, circumstances and stuff like that. But pretty much when we were around 21, 22, she was a huge Halloween fan, loved the party, stuff like that. So she actually threw this party. And there's tons of people, met a whole bunch of great people, super fun. There's still like, background jokes that I have with my friends. We talk about that party all the time. But it was just a super fun party. But the reason why I want to bring it up is because of April. She's no longer here. So rest in peace to you, April. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, you had a wonderful, great party, and I do miss you. So that was probably my most memorable Halloween party, if I can realistically think about it.
Holy shit.
So
crazy.
Yeah. What about you? When's your best Halloween party memory?
The best one I've ever been to was Jenny Ann's party. She went to Luxie. Great birthday party. Like it's my first time at Luxie too. Great.
For those who don't know what Luxie is,
it's a club at Woodbridge.
Woodbridge,
yeah, Woodbridge, Vaughan area. It's a club in Woodbridge in the Vaughan area. I guess when clubs open, you can check it out. Pretty popular club in that area. So I had a Halloween party. It was my first and only time there. I had, the utmost fun with everybody that attended. Great time. Funny thing was, her friend at the time was just like, oh, and hey, Carlos, by the way, make sure you wear a costume because you don't want to stand out. But I'm just like, I'm gonna be the only Black person in the party. I don't think we're standing out will be the issue. But it's all good because everybody else was Asian. I'm just standing there like standing out again, not really the issue at hand. But you know what? I will be there. I didn't wear a costume. Standing out, but it's all good. No, party was great.
That was a good time.
Solid time. In terms of another party that stands out to me, was because normally I would just hang out with you guys every year, but like this particular year, it was just a party. It was like my first time going out to a party with like coworkers. So we went to this
That's super dope.
was it the mod club? I think it was a mod club. And it was like a rock night. And I didn't think I was gonna have a good night whatsoever. But then I just got like fucking hella drunk. I got all kinds of drunk. And I'm just like talking to random people. I'm like dancing with random strangers I've never met before. And yeah, I had a very fun time, man.
Yeah.
It was an amazing time. Girls talking to me and whatnot. So yeah, no, it was great. I
See,
loved it.
That's the thing about
Yeah.
Halloween. It just creates like that environment for people to kind of just be, open
Yeah.
a little bit more. They're not so standoffish during Halloween. Like there's definitely certain points or maybe certain places that you happen to go to and you have those kind of standoffish people. But every time that I've ever been out, there's always a good opening line to be like, oh, hey, like I know
Exactly.
what you are.
It's literally, what are you?
Yeah.
Like, and then the conversation begins there.
Like it's a
That's all it
great environment. It
Mhm.
usually does. And if you're friendly, then you're always gonna, not guaranteed, but it's pretty easy to make friends on Halloween. Just to have, conversation starters. I think one year I went as Marty McFly.
Uh-oh.
And then I was in this club and it was an all Motown club. So they're only playing Motown during Halloween. And this girl comes up to me and she goes, yo, Marty McFly. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, yo, you're the only person who's ever guessed that all day. They're like, Ryan, you came in your regular clothes. I'm like, no, man.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it was a great, but that's the thing. Like, that's why another reason why I love Halloween, because it creates like a social aspect for everybody to kind of just get out and be out and not have to worry too much about what you're wearing. Stuff like that. Like, I love Halloween. I've grown to love it. From candy from a kid to, having drinks at a bar and, making fun of my own costume and like talking about other people's costumes and stuff like that. It's awesome. So yeah, I love Halloween, man.
Oh man. Wow.
It's great. And there's like there's so much to it.
I mean, clearly, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, holy, this is a whole thing.
There's something
man.
about it, man.
Just something
Honestly.
about wearing the costumes and whatnot. But let's be careful about the KKK situation, all right? You don't want to be too uh-oh. You're gonna find it again?
I'm definitely throwing this thing out after I had to cut this little shirt.
Yeah.
I hope this scared you though.
Ooh.
Casper.
Ooh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'm coughing myself. Oh, Rona season. Flu. Speaking of coughing, it's influenza season still. So, I know you just got the vaccines, but, if you want your needles for the flu, get that because, it's still that season upon us. Just because you're safe from COVID don't mean you're safe from the flu.
I think we did a really good job advertising to get the vaccine, but the flu one, I don't know if that was encouraging enough.
What? Are you dissing my?
Yeah, I am. I think we need to do a better job of getting that out. Are you gonna get the flu shot?
Are you fucking kidding me? Did you just? You know what? That's it. Now I'm gonna call my guys. Yo, hold on. The battery's dead. Hang on, it'll be a second.
It's too good.
I didn't hear him. It'll probably be a while. Yeah. I don't know, man. Just if people are just tired as fuck from getting the vaccine. I truly don't know how people feel about. I think people feel like they're indestructible from sickness now and whatnot, which shouldn't be the case. Don't be an idiot. At the end of the day, you can still get sick, even from COVID, even if you got both vaccines. You can still get sick from COVID. All right. So be smart. Be safe.
You think there's
Wear a
someone?
condom.
Do you think that there's someone that's gonna dress up as like a syringe for Halloween this year?
I don't see.
Like the
You know
vaccine.
what? I don't see why not.
Like the COVID vaccine is gonna be like a
COVID, yeah.
syringe fucking costume or something stupid like that.
And then Chris Scott just like, what are you trying to prove, dude? What are you trying to prove? Huh? You know what your problem is? You are just shutting down the go. Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I think Squid Game would probably be a big costume
yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. What would be big costumes this year? What happened this year?
I think a lot of it would just be COVID. Like I would
COVID related
stuff. Well, there's obviously going to be like the OG stuff, like people dressing up as Playboy bunnies,
Hell
and then,
yeah.
like schoolgirls
Hell
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh
and
yeah. Oh yeah.
Phantom of the Opera type shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know, all like kind of the regular stuff. You go to like your party city and you know, can kind of just roll
Yeah.
through the thing. Like me, I hit the dollar store up and try to come up with a stupid costume but couldn't, so I had to cut 2 holes in my shirt. And then you have the people that go all out, and going all out. Fan Expo just happened recently, which we should have talked about in our recent episode.
Oh yeah.
But
I didn't go. I wanted to go, but
Yeah,
you know, there wasn't really many guests. But who knows? Maybe next year it might get, you know, if shit opens up, it'll get popped off and it'll be a lot busier. But apparently it was dead this year. But what can you do? That's pandemics for you.
what is your favorite costume that anybody has ever dressed up as that you like remember? That you remember, because there's always like you go out
that I enjoyed of another person
yeah,
on Halloween or just
on Halloween. It's got to be Halloween.
So I went. I don't know. That's a toughie for me. I do have a story though in terms of a costume. So I was at work, and it was like my first it was like my first 3 months at this new job I was working at, and I was still in training. I didn't really go out to the office much because it was just basically going to the training room and then to lunch and then the training room.
Okay.
And so we just come back from lunch, and people all day have been giving me crap for not wearing a costume on Halloween. I was just wearing my normal clothes. And then this one person, because actually I should preface that there was a costume contest and the winner would get a team prize. I wasn't even on a team yet, so what did I care? So this person who was, this is the 10th person that asked me, oh, why aren't you wearing a costume? So I'm just like, oh, I am wearing a costume. And they asked me, oh, so what are you supposed to be for Halloween? And I'm like, I'm a teenage Justin Trudeau. And when I said that, I instantly walked away because I'm like, I don't know what the person for that person could have been a manager for all I know. And I'm just like, I did not, I didn't want to introduce myself too much, so I just walked away. But yeah, that was interesting story. But to answer your question, in terms of the best costume,
That's a good one.
Thank you.
That was actually a very, very well
it was at the time. It was with the times. The news just came out, so I figured. In terms of the best costume I've ever seen, this person was. What is the best costume? I like any costumes ladies wear. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I don't know. That's a tough one. The best, there was this one person who came up to me and was wearing this white costume and just full out gear and just hey nigger, you can't be here. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, I mean, you're very motivated to the thing, and then he took off his mask and just hey, Carlos, it's me, Ryan. I'm like, oh. No, I'm just kidding. For the record, Ryan is no racist. I'm just teasing, guys. Yeah, that's a toughie for me. The best costume I've seen. You know what? That rock party that I went to years back, this dude had a suit on, and then he had this cardboard box behind him, and he looked like the cover of Off the Wall. It had Michael Jackson's Off the Wall.
That's sick.
Yeah, and he won the costume comp. Yeah, that's probably the best costume I've seen. Yeah,
that's dope.
No, I'm just like, whoa, this dude put effort into it. He had the box behind him the entire time, had the suit on. No, that was a good one. That was a good one.
I got this. I was I think it was Halloween one year, and then I was in this parking lot, about to park my car to walk into the office or something like that.
Uh-oh.
And I'm standing behind this girl that's paying for her ticket.
Yeah.
And she turns around and goes, "You didn't dress up." And I'm like, "Oh, I have my I don't even know the girl." She's turned around and talked to me, but she's like, "You didn't dress up for Halloween." And I'm like, "Oh, it's because I think Halloween was on a weekday that week."
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh no, I actually have it in my backpack or something like that. I'm just gonna dress up in the office. I'm like, well, what are you gonna be? And then in her hand, she had these 2 cans and a string. And then she's like, guess. So I'm sitting there like, I'm like, man, I'm just trying to pay for my parking ticket.
Like, I don't need the shit
I'm
right
like,
now.
I don't really need
my
to sign,
parking's
yeah,
about to
like,
expire.
it's not, like, come on. And then I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't know. And she's like, yo, I'm a toucan.
That ends this week's episode. Thank you for trying. Jesus Christ.
So I don't remember. I didn't even get her name. I didn't even talk to her after that, but it was just like, that was pretty funny. Very low effort, but very, very funny. I thought it was actually.
God. Oh my.
But on that note, final thoughts about Halloween. I guess this
Halloween is a cash grab, and you shouldn't celebrate it because it's Satan's birthday. Demonic spirits. You don't need that shit. Although I will say you should watch some horror movies and some music videos. Music videos like this one. You should blast. It should be a fucking mandatory deal to watch Michael Jackson's Thriller every fucking Halloween, because that's what you need to do. That's the deal. Greatest music video of all time. But yeah, watch some shows, watch some horror flicks. Before, one question for you: favorite Treehouse of Horror episode? It's fine. I think my Dragonzord's here.
Yeah.
Hang on, buddy, you're over here. He wants to smoke. Over here. Yeah,
your Dragon's out there having a cigarette.
Just chilling.
Man, there's so many good ones. Like, there's like some absolute genius ones. I think that one of my favorite skits is where Homer, I forget what season it is. I wish I pulled it up, but he like messes with a toaster. And then it's like a time machine toaster.
Oh yeah,
he breaks his toaster and then makes it into a time machine.
Yes.
Nuclear, because he's a nuclear fucking safety person. And then he's using it as a time machine. He hits all these different like dimensions. By hitting it, goes through this crazy fucking joke gag of all these different dimensions. So definitely probably one of my favorite Treehouse horror episodes, I would say.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good choice. Me personally, is probably the one where they parodied The Shining.
Oh yeah. That one was great.
That was just a fascinating one. There was one scene in particular where Marge is calling the police on a walkie-talkie. She's like, help me, my family. My husband is trying to kill my family, over. And then the cop's like, oh, thank God. And then as soon as he heard over, thank God that ended. Oh shit. Yeah, no, that's probably my favorite Treehouse of Horror episode. I die every year watching it. Not literally, I know it's Halloween, but it's a figure of speech. Get your shit together. Any recommendations?
I'm actually gonna go with one. It is a series on Netflix. Actually, I watched it with my girlfriend and our roommate one night. I think we splurged it over.
I heard but isn't your roommate like a scaredy cat? She actually went through the whole thing.
She definitely doesn't like horror movies, but
she went through. She watched. Oh
yeah, it was a whole thing. Well, it's more of like a parody, not like parody, but it's like a childish kind of horror movie. But it's on Netflix. It's a 3-part series called Fear Street. I actually really like. I
watched the first one, and I'm like, never again.
I actually enjoyed the full thing, 100%, and I would watch it again. I thought it was very, very well done for the timing, because it was set in like the 90s. So then they brought back all the good like props, all the stuff that to make you feel like you're back in the 90s. The mall was like the perfect 90s mall that they actually happen to have in the movie. I'm not trying to open up too much about the story because I want people to watch it. But it wasn't supposed, I don't think it was supposed to be like a horror film. It was supposed to just be kind of that cheesy, it's like kiddie horror movie. Yeah. So that's why I liked it. I thought it was very well done. And then the other ones are actually even better, I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. So if you watch the first one, you like the first one just for the gag and the props and stuff like that. But the second one and the third one are actually pretty well done too. So,
but then there's one that takes place in the 1940s, right?
Yeah, it's like this whole kind of story that's wrapped around it, and you get thing in it. So it starts from the 90s and then it goes down to like the 60s at like some summer camp thing, which I was talking about how all these slasher flicks are all like done in like summer camps. And then it eventually goes to like the 1700s or something like that.
Oh, okay. So it's old school.
But I think that they really do a pretty good job. It's a very modern kiddie kind of horror, but it was definitely fun to watch.
So it has horror, like I guess for kids horror, because they do show blood in that movie.
There's some pretty gruesome like killings in that thing.
But historically accurate. Is it historically accurate? Because they don't show the racism in the 1700 one. There's no way.
They don't.
They don't. Of course,
they don't. But they have like a.
You can watch it if you want, but
a bit of like homophobia.
Not historic. Oh, there is
homophobia in there.
Really?
Yes, there is.
Got my attention. No, I'm kidding. All right, but okay, that's your recommendation. Fear Street parts 1, 2, and 3. It is on Netflix. I've seen the first one myself. Let me know how you like it. See if you liked it much more than me. Then check that out. My recommendations are a few. A movie called Don't Breathe. I rewatched it this weekend. It's a break-in movie. They break into a house to steal money from a dude. It turns out to be, he's blind, but then he turns out to be some killer, and shit gets real. So Don't Breathe. That's also on Netflix. Please check it out. Drag Me to Hell.
I've seen that.
That's an interesting movie. A bit comedy-esque based on the type of shit that happens in there, but that's also good. Cabin in the Woods.
Oh yeah,
that's a great one. I watched that in theaters. That movie doesn't get talked about a lot nowadays for some reason. Underrated for sure. Funny as hell too. But yeah, check that out. Gerald's Game.
I definitely
seen that Cottage with my boy here. That was a solid movie. Many people think it's a bit slow, but I enjoyed it a lot. But get your take on it. The book itself was actually written by Stephen King. Evil Dead, based on a series of movies that took place in the 80s, but they remade it. The remake was actually pretty solid. Okay. You should check that out. I believe is on Netflix, but if not, don't download it illegally, because we here do not support piracy at the blank.
Definitely not.
And last movie is for my Korean homies, the South Korean one that's listening. If you've watched it, it's a popular movie in Korea, but it's currently on Prime, Amazon Prime here in the good old Canada. Train to Busan is a zombie.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
That's a good one. A zombie flick, Korean. Takes place on a train. And
hence the name.
Like, what are you fucking dumb? What do you think is gonna take place at a Burger King? Come on now. But yeah, people turn into zombies, shits get real, decisions need to be made. Great flick, check it out. Those are my movie recommendations for Halloween. And that's all I gotta say on the matter. Any final thoughts?
So I think just as an overall, I had a lot of fun doing this episode. I knew it was gonna get into like a lot of recommendations, a lot of like past experiences. There's definitely, I can't wait for Halloween episode number 2. So next year, hit us up.
Gonna be bigger and better, baby.
But one thing I do have to say is that because we are filming this before Halloween, it is on Sunday, the 31st, 2021. Please be safe, whatever you may be doing. Please no real weapons, prop gags, none of that kind of stuff.
Unless you want this fucking work.
Please not to try and hurt somebody. Definitely do not drink and drive. Be safe, whatever you happen to be doing. Watch yourself kind of thing, because Halloween, even though there is that social aspect, there's definitely a lot of craziness that does happen to come with it sometimes. So that's all I got to say. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Well, that being said, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ryan.
And this is The Blank with Carlos and Ryan.